basically a combination of the really, really solid branding and then radio ads, video work, podcasts. So like the combination of some of those quote unquote non-traditional methods, coupled with, oh my God, I've seen their van in the street. I've seen their van in the street. Now I heard them on the radio. Like all those things working together, are showing to me, I think, the highest and the strongest, ROIs with, right? So the idea that, it's not just, again, in all your marketing dollars being invested in digital and online, it's some of these other areas that really work hand in hand with the idea of that 5 Mile Famous in that community, right? So thinking about it from that perspective, I think there's some good lessons that we could probably circle in on and talk about, as far as not being so dependent on and not being so one dimensional, right? People look at their marketing spend and 90% of it is going online because they're like, well, I got to get leads. Like, well, we understand you've got to get leads, but it would be better if everyone within the community knew who you were instead of you hoping that Google is going to deliver who you are at the same time. So that, I think, is a great message that we can talk about, and we can zero in on that specifically, as far as how that benefits. And that serves to, increase, obviously, the reason why that they should use someone like you, obviously, to help with some of those things. And also the idea that, hey, this is another thing that I should be investing my time in. And the reason why some guys don't want to do it, though, Jim, honestly, is because it's hard, because it takes a commitment, because it's work, where it's easier to send a check to their digital marketing company and say, buy me more leads, right? But long run, like, you're going to be spending so much more doing that. And you're also not building up residual. Like, you buy that lead and then that customer comes to you. Now you got to buy another lead.
Ever since we've been communicating as humans, as far as I know, we've used the know, like, and trust. It's kind of in us. So, it's very simple, right? If they know you, which is the branding, let's assume they like you. I'm not saying love, like you. And the trust kind of comes with the whole branding thing, because if you're branded well, and if you're in many different places, you have authority as well, because, you're on videos, you're on podcasts, you're on billboards, you're on your van, you're on TV, radio, whatever it is. And so the know, like, and trust is so important. What's really amazing to me, and I ask people all the time, Dan, I'm like, why do you as a home service professional want to compete? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you guys are just all working for yourselves. You guys are employed. No, I have my own business. I said, not necessarily. You are employed, self-employed, and you're only as good as your next lead. You need to separate yourself from the pack, do something different, brand yourself, and stand out. I talk about it all the time online. Stand out. And many of these companies don't stand out. So when I see that you've done a rebrand, I know that that company has made a decision to stand out.